Professor Kindiki. All protocols observed. I think I'm coming at the tail end. I'm feeling like a hungry man with a loaf of bread and you're told to eat it in 30 seconds. I'll not attempt to do that. First, I want to note that CIA has a lot to offer. And next month, we are going to have an investment conference similar to this one in CIA. I hope some of the partners here, whom we have also talked to, are not going to be fatigued and give up on CIA. If we can talk about everything about resources, I think in CIA we can talk about many resources in CIA, but the most important resource is human resource in all its portfolio. And historically, if I want to talk about the availability of human resource in the Republic of Kenya, the first vice president of the Republic of Kenya came from Siaya. The first barrister came from Siaya, trained in the Inns of Court in England. The first group of professors in the country who are lecturing in Makerere and abroad came from Siaya. And recently we lost Professor Bethel Ogot. And I hope I'll carry your condolences and sympathies to the family of Professor Ogot. Now, I just want to note as a preamble that I'm very happy about some intervention the national government has undertaken together with the county. And I like the integrated approach. Like recently, we had a multi-ministerial delegation from Interior, from MITI, that's the investment ministry, from roads and communications. We had people from Kenya Shipyard talking about investing in the same place so that it is done in a planned manner. And that is about the port of we are trying to build in Usenge. But more relevant to what we are discussing today, I wanted to say this. I think having listened particularly to what Senior Oparanya said, we should, in an investment conference, address the issue why we are not attracting as many investors as we wish. And investment conferences have taken place. When I was first elected in Parliament, we had an investment conference for Nyanza, presided over by Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. So it has been an ongoing conversation. One of the things that we learned when we had recently the investment conference hosted by Governor Nyong'o and sponsored by the Afrexim Bank. And we were talking about how investors can come directly to counties. And we found out there were so many roadblocks to an investor who wants, let's say, come to Siaya. We need to look at the legal framework to make sure that an investor who wants to invest in a county like Siaya can come there directly without legal hurdles. And I want to give a practical example of this. I was in a conference in Cairo where we were talking about urban and municipal development. And many delegations were going to Afrexim Bank signing deals. But we were busy at the conference talking about what we must do. And when we addressed the issue why that was happening, they said we should address the legal framework that makes it possible for investors to come directly to counties. For example, if you wanted to go into a private-public partnership under the current framework, you cannot succeed in 5 years. You cannot succeed in 5 years. And it has not been done. The counties that have tried have not succeeded. So I think we need to look at that framework. The other thing, whereas the Constitution gives a framework of sharing revenue, if you look at the revenue that is allocated to national government, and I'm glad to talk about this because I think there is acceptance of that fact, that if you look for roads, for example, you find that one county in a particular area is given more money for tarmac roads, like, more than, let's say, the entire of Nyanza. With that type of situation, it will be very hard for this region to move ahead. The national government should do a checkup and find out, are counties getting or regions getting equitable amounts of monies spent by national government in infrastructure and the rest. And lastly, I want to say this. If people feel good about what is happening, they don't need to be persuaded. They don't need to be persuaded. When Kibaki took over, in the first 6 months, there was a feel-good factor. And I'm challenging ourselves that having gone through these processes and in election cycles, we need to take measures that the ordinary Kenyans at the end of the day can say, we feel good, what is happening to us, what services are being delivered to us. And this investment conference will deal with this issue if you can open up the counties and the regions. I don't want to go beyond that. I thank you, and thank you very much, the organizers.
Thank you very much, Jim. Could I ask the deputy governors who are here to just stand and wave? I see my deputy governor is there, Dr. Willie, and others. Please, where you are. I'm sorry, this light is too strong. But anyway, thank you so much. Mr. Deputy President, thank you very much for letting us share your time. I'm sure that what has been said here is useful to your ears. And please come again to Kisumu and stay longer. I will be a very good host, and you know why I say so. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana. Tafadhali kila mmoja naomba kwa heshima tusimame.